Thanks, Sally. Just great. Peachy keen all the way. Great to see you. I hope you're relaxed and...
I'm very excited about today. I love to be here.
Good. Thank you. It wasn't just me. Good morning, and welcome to the Unitarian Universalist Church of Urbana-Champaign. My name is Sam Bashirs, and I'm a member of the worship committee here at UUCUC. I am delighted to be here with you streaming live from our air-conditioned fellowship hall this morning. We still ask that everyone remain masked when we gather on Sunday mornings because we want to be able to welcome young kids and others not fully vaccinated into our worship space. You were invited when you arrived, I hope, to grab a color-coded lanyard, red to indicate that you still feel cautious about being in shared space and prefer to keep a distance, green to indicate that you feel safe enough for hugs or handshakes, and yellow for in between. I should be wearing green, but I forgot. Please look around and be aware of respectful of others' needs and boundaries. Know that in whatever form you find us today, whether you are here with me in the church building, watching live from home, or tuning into the recording later on, this service is here for you. Welcome. This morning's service is a hymn sing. This is an old favorite for a summer service, but one we've not done for several years. I'm rejoicing that we're able to bring it back. I'll have a few words to say about hymn singing later in the service, but for now, just a couple of quick thoughts. First, we'll be showing all the words on the screen, so if you know the tunes or can catch on quickly, you have no need for a hymnal. But if you want to see the notes, we do have some hymnals in the pews and on the table where you came in. We'll be singing selections from both the gray and the teal hymnals. Next, if you look at the order of service, you will see a lot of hymns, including places where we normally just speak, such as the chalice lighting. If you want to sing them all, that's great. And if you want to pace yourself and take a break every so often, that's fine too. This morning should be completely about enjoying singing together and not at all about obligation and working ourselves too hard. I hope it's fun. There's still time to make your own contributions to our shared joys and sorrows later in the service. To do that, just email your message to joysandsorrows@uucuc.org. Or, if you're here in person, there are note cards available for handwritten joys and sorrows, which will be collected later in the service. This congregation chooses to begin every Sunday with a formal acknowledgement of the indigenous nations of this land. This is a practice that connects us to the history of this place and to our own responsibilities as stewards and members of a wider community. Here on Green Street, we worship on the land of the Kickapoo, the Peoria, the Miama, and the Sioux. These peoples still exist today and are committed to a continued struggle for survival and self-determination. Wherever you are this morning, I invite you now to take a breath and consider the history and peoples of the land you are resting on. May we always remember where we are, the sacredness of this place, and the many people and peoples who have belonged to it. We'll start now with our first hymn, Meditation on Breathing. Some of us are going to be leading you up here, but please join in. You'll see some are singing the drone part, some the melody, and some the descant, so you get to pick who you want to follow. Please stand as you're willing or able in body or spirit. Okay. Now please join me in our chalice lighting, and for this we will sing hymn number 402. We often have a time for all ages. Today we're going to have a song for all ages. Hymn number 346, Come Sing a Song With Me. try to remember to ask everybody to stand, but if we don't, you can just stand as you're willing and able. Couple of things I forgot to mention. First, Janet Barrett is helping out leading some of the hymns to Save My Voice, for which I am grateful, and she'll come lead the next one. And Juan is doing about triple duty this morning, so we're really grateful to him.
Juan already gets gold stars, but he's going to get a whole flock of them this morning. All right, we'll sing 414 as we leave this friendly place, and I think this one deserves to be repeated since it's so short. I'm sorry, hold on a minute. Oh, thank you so much. So, yes, children, if you want to go down to RE&E, this is a good time. Thank you so much. As we leave this friendly place, love give light to every face. May the kindness which we learn light our hearts till we return. As we leave this friendly place, love give light to every face. May the kindness which we learn light our hearts till we return.
Thank you, Janet. Thank you, Peggy. Our next hymn is number 61, Lo, the Earth Awaits Again.
And from spring to the wideness of the sea. There's a wideness in your mercy, like the wideness of the sea. There's a kindness in your justice, which is more than
Thank you, Frank, for suggesting that one. And next we have Blue Boat Home. Hey, now we got to remember to flick it back again. Thank you for coming this morning or for tuning in from home. It's wonderful to have a group here singing together. As I said earlier, there's no need to feel that you have to sing every hymn. Your voice may get tired, or there may be a hymn that you don't know, or there may be one that you don't like, and that's fine. There are a couple we're doing today that I don't like, but others do, and so I'll sing them anyway. Many years ago, I heard that there were some in our congregation who thought we should sing Spirit of Life every Sunday, and others who wouldn't mind if they never, ever heard it again. I'm somewhere in the middle. Even if you're good with a particular hymn, you may not be good with all the words, and that's fine too. There's an old joke about UU's not singing well because we're too busy looking ahead to see if we agree with the words. I like to think we can do both. I myself do not like all the words. Some of our hymns are new, and others have long histories and traditions that we are no longer part of, and so the words get changed. Sometimes the changes eliminate some masculine bias or other usage that we no longer think is appropriate. I applaud that idea, but it doesn't always work well. O Come, Emmanuel has ancient roots, and I would rather just sing something close to the original. Every year, I regret that we will with our captive children dwell and not be ransoming captive Israel. The treatment of God in our hymns is very uneven. Sometimes he's neatly excised, sometimes he stays in, and sometimes, as in our offertory today, he is she. In our version of Joy to the World, instead of preparing hymn room, we prepare a room, which always makes me think of getting the spare bedroom ready for a guest, which I suppose is a good Christmas sort of idea. We recently sang For the Beauty of the Earth, and at the end of every verse, I sang, Lord of all, to thee we raise. I'm an atheist and I don't believe in the Lord, but I just cannot bring myself to sing a hymn to a source. In these ways, I think hymn singing is very much in line with the rest of the UU experience. We draw from many sources, and sometimes we make changes. We mean no disrespect. What one person may find rich and inspirational in a particular source may be painful for others. Even if there are no painful reminders, we do not and will not always like the same things. But if we're to be a community, we need to be accepting. Coming together and singing helps us feel that we're part of a community. That will endure, and the words are just words. Our next hymn is one usually sung at Christmas, but we just did a spring one, and there's no harm in reminding ourselves of the seasons to come and singing songs of hope.
I have to take just a minute in introducing this hymn. I'm an editor, and one of the things I do with my graduate students' papers is I cross out the times that they use a word too many times in close proximity. That's one of the jobs of the editor. But bless poetry and bless Christina Rossetti, who repeats snow 4 times in one line. Here we go. Please savor that. And don't cross it out.
Love is born
We have a mother and child in the front row, and so if you see me and Janet smiling all through, that's why. Great. Our next hymn will be number 120, Turn Back, Forswear Your Foolish Ways, and please rise, stand, and forswear your foolish ways as you're willing and able. Okay, and before our community matters, we have a chance to get our feet moving just a little bit. This is one that I really like. I know that not everybody does. Let's enjoy it. Let it be a dance. Everybody turn and spin. Let your body burn to bend. And like a willow with child is born, the old must die. A time for joy, a time to cry. Take it as it passes by. Let it be a dance. Let it be a dance with you. May I have this dance with you. Through the good times and the bad times too. Let it be a dance. Morning star comes out at night. Without the dark there is no light. If nothing's wrong, then nothing's right. Let it be a dance. Let it be a dance. Let it be a dance. Let the sunshine, let it rain. Share the laughter, share the pain. And round we go again. Let it be a dance. Be a dance with you. Okay. May I have this dance with you. Through the good times and the bad times too. Let it be a dance. Got to roll with it however it goes. Thank you, everybody. Now is the time for our community matters and offering. We as Unitarian Universalists acknowledge that our circle of care does not stop at our church doors. We are deeply connected to the community we find ourselves in and to the wider world. Please continue to keep an eye on your e-News weekly newsletter for opportunities to show up, find support, get involved, and be part of this community. We now have a special announcement from Dana Antonelli and from Amelia Antonelli.
Attention, everyone. I'm Amelia, and this is my mother, Dana. We just got some house news. Us kids are having to stay home in the hectic situations instead of staying here at church and learning and having fun. Don't you want to be an RE teacher? Because if you do, then go ahead and help us kids get out of the hectic situations at home and come back to RE. Here for the details is my mother, Dana.
So as Amelia said, we are in need of RE&E teachers. And to expand on what she said just a bit, obviously the last couple of years have been a strange time for all of us. But for the children especially, for children and youth in our church, there's been just kind of a huge disconnect. Because as we've tried different online alternatives, we've just found that it doesn't, for youth and children especially, just does not fit the need. So we are very eager and ready to get RE&E started again. But we really want to do it in a way that supports the needs of the children to be together in classrooms with children their own age, or in age groups. And the hectic situation Amelia was referring to is, at our house we have 2 twin babies, well, toddlers now, and so she's done all of kindergarten and half of first grade online from home. Okay, and with 2 little babies always underfoot, and trying to connect with people through online means has just been very difficult. And in terms of church, the last time she was here in RE, she was in preschool, and now she's going into 2nd grade, and I really want her to have the wonderful RE experience that I've seen so many other children get to have here. And so we've got a plan to do that, but we need RE&E teachers. And we need other helpers as well. Any amount of help that you're able to give, even if it's just subbing or one or two, maybe one Sunday a month. But what we're asking of our RE&E teachers is actually just 2 Sundays in most months, maybe 3 if it's a 5-Sunday month. So we're looking to have teams where we have enough people to have the RE&E teacher commitment would typically be 2 Sundays a month, and only one of those would you be leading. And we have current and past RE&E teachers ready to help with guidance. So if you are at all interested in potentially helping in some capacity, please reach out to us. There's several RE&E teachers and other people around who are willing to talk and help. Yes. So talk to any of us after the service or reach out to the RE email, which is religious-exploration@uucuc.org. Thank you.
Thank you, Amelia, and thank you, Dana. I spent 4 years helping lead the YRUU group. It was a wonderful time. I have to think about whether I can do a Sunday a month. Yes, I can. Okay, Jerry, if you sign up, I'll sign up. And I think it won't hurt to mention that there is an all-ages potluck in Fort Building, is that right? Okay, there's a building project starting at 11:30. Each Sunday, in recognition of our very real interdependence and reliance on each other, we pass the plate and share our offering with an organization doing the work of justice in the world. For the month of August, we're sharing our plate with the Education Justice Project, an organization that believes incarcerated persons are persons with worth, dignity, and potential. The EJP is a college and prison program based at the University of Illinois at Urbana-Champaign. EJP offers college courses for credit as well as extracurricular activities at Danville Correctional Center, a medium security men's prison about 45 miles away. EJP offers upper division courses that students can take to earn college credit. In addition to the work in the prison, EJP works to support people leaving prison and re-entering society. Finally, EJP advocates for systems-involved people and the expansion of higher education in prison throughout the state and the nation. You can give by text or through the online portal on our website, or if you're here in the sanctuary, a basket will be passed and checks can be made out to the Unitarian Universalist Church of Urbana-Champaign with a memo line indicating it should be in today's shared plate. We invite you to give whatever is generous for you and know that whatever you do contribute will be gratefully received and put to use, helping people make a real impact for people who need it. The offering will now be taken, and some of us will sing the 23rd Psalm. want to thank the choir folks for doing that so nicely on such little rehearsal time. And I think Janet's up next.
This is like tag team hymn leading. Tag, you're it. 126, Come Thou Fount of Every Blessing. Come thou fount of every blessing, tune our hearts to sing thy grace. Streams of mercy never ceasing, call for songs of loudest praise. While the hope of life's perfection fills our hearts with joy and love, teach us ever to be faithful. May we still thy goodness prove. Come thou fount of every vision, tune thy eyes to what may come. See the lion and the young lamb dwell together in their home. Hear the cries of war fall silent, feel our love glow like the sun. When we all serve one another, then our heaven is begun. Come thou fount of inspiration, turn our lives to higher ways. Lift our gloom and desperation, show the promise of this day. Help us find ourselves in union, help our hearts tell of our love. With thine aid, O fount of justice, earth be fair as heaven above.
Okay. Next is hymn number 101, Abide With Me. This is one I've never sung before. I think Frank requested it, so thank you. I can tell the rising is getting less over time, and that's okay. Abide with me, fast falls the eventide. The darkness deep and still with me abide. When other helpers fail and comforts flee, help of the helpless know, abide with me. Swift to its close ebbs out life's little day. Earth joys grow dim, its glories pass
and a hymn of growth, Rising Green, 1068.
Of yon oak, her sap doth run in my veins. Boundless my soul, like the open sky, where the stars forever have lain. Where the stars, where the stars, where the stars forever has lain. My hands hold the weavings of time without end. My sight is deep as the sea. Beating my heart sounds the measures of old, that of love's eternity. That of love, that of love, that of love's eternity. I feel the tides as they answer the moon, rushing on a far distant sand. Winging my song is the wind of my breast, and my love blows over the land. And my love, and my love, and my love blows over the land. My foot carries days of the old into new. Our dreaming shows us the way. Wonders our faith, set us deep in the earth, rising green to bring a new day. Rising green, rising green, rising green to bring a new day.
Each Sunday here at UUC we make space to share the joys and sorrows closest to our hearts. What joys and sorrows are you carrying today? Let them rise to the surface now, and if you wish me to share them aloud, there's still time to send them in, either to email joysandsorrows@uuc.org, or if you're here in the hall, you can write your joy or sorrow on a card and pass it to the aisles where an usher will collect it. Together, we're going to sing our blessing song, Long Time Son, and then I will share aloud the joys and sorrows of this community. May the long time sun shine upon you. All love surround you, and the pure, pure light that's within you guide your way home. May the long time sun shine upon you. All love surround you, and the pure, pure light that's within you guide your way home. Okay. Thank you, Kelly. I have a joy from Carla Peterson for spending time with various family members in Colorado, Georgia, and Michigan the latter for the annual family reunion. Much love and sharing. From Jerry Carden, and I'll second this one. It was a joy to see Emil Cobb at his button table at the farmer's market, back after his recent illness. Yeah, that was nice. And I have a joy. My father, Daniel Bashirs, had his 94th birthday yesterday, and we managed to get him out to dinner. It was nice. Thank you for sharing. I invite you to breathe in and breathe out, and let us hold these joys and sorrows with love and tenderness, in gratitude and hope. No matter what joys or sorrows you carry in your heart today, spoken or unspoken, I pray that you feel the love of this community stretching between us and beyond in this moment. And I pray that we always find in it whatever it is we need most. Amen. We'll have a brief period of quiet music.
In times when your energy level is low and the work seems too hard to pick up, there's one prescription for lifting your soul, and that's 1028, the fire of commitment. You have to stand up for this. And note that it says at the bottom, well, not on here, but in the hymnal, it says percussion is encouraged. So if you can do a little fives in the background, this hymn is in fives, do it. Okay.
From the light of days remembered burns a beacon bright and clear, guiding hands and hearts and spirits into faith set free from fear. And the fire of commitment sets our mind and soul ablaze when our hunger and our passion to call us on our way. When we live with deep assurance of the flame that burns within, then our promise finds fulfillment and our future can begin. From
So it's great to have fire of commitment, and it's also good to have some peace to go with it. So, Peace Like a River, number 100. And if you hadn't noticed, we're in the home stretch. Peace like a river, I've got peace like a river. I've got peace like a river in my soul. Thank you. It's okay. My bad. And now one that Juan has played before recently. So. Be fair to him. Spirit of Life. We'll extinguish our chalice with Go Now in Peace, which we often use to sing the children out, but we'll sing everybody out with this one. Go now in peace, go now in peace, may the Spirit of love surround you everywhere, everywhere you may go. A couple of times through. Go now in peace, go now in peace, may the Spirit of love surround you everywhere, one more time. Go now in peace, go now in peace, or not. May the Spirit of love surround you everywhere, everywhere you may go. Don't worry. Thank you all for coming, and now Juan's going to play us out.